What's up, Yarny Box crocheters? Today we're going to be making Stella the Owl. If you don't already have your Yarny Box kit, head to yarnybox.com and pick up yours today. Don't forget to sign up with your email to get a free pattern every 2 weeks. This is what the finished product looks like. He's a super cute little toy. In your Yarny Box kit, you'll find that the magic ring is already done for you. This is so that you can start your project nice and easy and don't have to worry about a complicated beginning. The purple stitch marker is where you're going to insert your hook for the very first time. It's the one that's attached to the working yarn, and you can tighten and loosen this loop by pulling on it. The blue stitch marker marks the very first stitch in the round, and that's where we're going to place our first single crochet. As you can see, each stitch looks like a horizontal V. I'm just pointing out what the stitches look like, and if you go around and count, you should be able to count 8 V's or 8 stitches in the magic ring. You can either hold your crochet hook like this, which is like a knife, or you can hold it like this, which is like a pencil. I prefer the pencil hold, but you can figure out which way feels best for you. So now you can pop your hook in the loop where the purple stitch marker is attached, and you can tighten it by pulling on that loop. This is called the tail of the project, and you can put that aside for now. We won't be using it. So take the working yarn, which is the yarn that's attached to the ball. I like to secure it with the bottom 3 fingers of my hand and then wrap it twice around my index finger, and that gives me a pretty good tension, but you can experiment with different ways of holding the working yarn to get the tension that you want. You want to have a pretty tight tension so that there's not holes in your project, but you definitely don't want it to be too tight where you have trouble moving the yarn around the stitches. So tighten the loop that's on your hook, and then make sure your hook is pointing face down. And you can go ahead and remove both the stitch markers at this point. And remember, the blue stitch marker is where we're going to be inserting our hook to make a single crochet. I like to hold my magic ring with my middle finger and thumb, and then you can insert your hook into the very first stitch. So here I'm showing you where all the stitches are again. Those are the first 3 stitches. We're going to go into the very first one under both loops of the V. So pop your hook in there, and now you have 3 loops on your hook. So the V and then the working yarn that was on your hook to begin with. So now we're going to grab the working yarn with our hook, make sure your hook is facing downwards, and pull it through the first 2 loops that's on your hook. So just kind of glide it through there. And now you've got 2 loops on your hook. So we're going to yarn over again, grab the yarn with your hook, and pull through those 2 loops. This completes 1 single crochet. And now we're going to do something called increasing, which means we're going to go in the exact same stitch we just went into. Right here, that's where the stitch is that we just made. We're going in the same hole. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull the yarn through, yarn over again, and pull through. So again, that was called an increase, meaning we put 2 stitches in the same stitch. So you can see here that was the second stitch we made, and that was the first stitch that we made. So grab your stitch marker and mark the very first stitch that we made, which is 2 V's back from your working loop. That one there. And pop your stitch marker in that loop. And now we're going to be working into the next stitch. So the V, that doesn't have anything in it right now. If you need some help knowing where it is, just tug on your hook and it'll show you where your last stitch was made. So go into the next stitch. There's nothing in it so far. Insert your hook, yarn over, and pull through. Yarn over again and pull through. And now we're going to be working in the same hole again. So in the same stitch we were just in, not that one, but this one. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through again. So we've made 4 total stitches, but we've only worked into 2 stitches. So this is called increasing, and it's going to make our magic ring go from 8 stitches at the beginning to now 16 at the end of this round. So in the next stitch, we're making 2 single crochets in there. So insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over again, and pull through. That's 1 single crochet, and now we're making a second one. So insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. And now in the next stitch, we're making another 2 single crochets. So that's 1 single crochet, and that's 2 single crochet. Again, next stitch, 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, and just keep repeating this until you get back to the stitch marker. So we're placing 2 single crochets in each stitch around the loop. And this is the last stitch of the round, so insert your hook and place 2 single crochets in there. Okay, and that completes round 1. So we went from 8 stitches to now 16 because we placed 2 single crochets in each of the stitches. So start round 2 by removing the stitch marker. Grab your hook and pop it in the loop. And we're going to place 1 single crochet in the next available stitch. So right there, place 1 single crochet. So insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over again, and pull through. And now we're going to stop and mark this stitch. So grab your stitch marker and pop it in. And now grab your hook again, and we're going to move on to the next stitch. So that was just 1 single crochet, and now in the next stitch we're going to be placing an increase. So in the next stitch, place a single crochet, and then place another single crochet in the exact same stitch. So remember, that was called an increase. And then in the next stitch, we're going to be placing 1 single crochet, and then in the next stitch, 2 single crochets in the same stitch, which is an increase. So this is 1 single crochet and a second single crochet. We're going to be repeating this pattern all the way around the circle. So the next one is 1 single crochet, and the next stitch would be an increase, so 2 single crochets. So just keep repeating this all the way around the circle until you get back to the stitch marker. By alternating between 1 single crochet and an increase, we're going to be making the round go from 16 single crochets to 24 single crochets by the end of this round. You'll know if you've done the round correctly if you end the round on an increase. If you end the round on just a single crochet, that means that you either missed an increase or maybe you placed too many single crochets. And you can undo your stitches by pulling on the working yarn. So now moving on to the next round, undo your stitch marker and take it out. And then insert your hook, and we're going to be placing a single crochet right where the stitch marker was. So 1 single crochet, and then pause and mark this stitch. And then reinsert your hook, and we're going to be making a single crochet in the next stitch as well. So no increasing yet. And then in the next stitch, we're going to be doing an increase. So in that next stitch, place 2 single crochets. So that's 1 and a second one. So the pattern for this round is 2 single crochet, increase, 2 single crochet, increase. So in the next 2 stitches, make a single crochet in each. So it's 1 and 2. And then in the next stitch, we're going to be doing an increase. So in this one, place 2 single crochets in the same stitch. And then we're back to 1, and another 1, and then an increase. And just keep repeating this pattern, and I'll meet you back at the stitch marker. So you'll know if you've done this round correctly if you end the round on an increase. And now we have a total of 32 stitches for our owl. So now we're all done increasing. For the next 7 rounds, which is rounds 5 to 11, we're just going to be placing a single crochet in each stitch around. So again, there's no more increasing. So take out your stitch marker and place a single crochet in the next available stitch, and then mark that stitch. And now we're going to carry on with a single crochet in each stitch. So again, no more increasing, just 32 stitches for each round for 7 rounds. Just gonna pause here and show you how to count your rounds. So this is round 1, this is the magic ring. This is round 2. You can see it's separated by little holes on either side. So it's round 3 here, round 4, and round 5. So if you lose track, just count to 11 rows, and then that's when we're going to start decreasing, which is the next step. Now that we're all done those rounds, you should have something that looks like this, and in part 2, we're going to carry on with the body and make the head.